What was the craziest shit that happened when you worked there? People ask that a lot. Like, there wasn't a lot of crazy shit that happened, came through, stuff like that. Like, Pawn Stars has given, like, people a bad idea, or not bad, but like a misconception about what pawn shops are. Pawn shops turnover rate. That's it. That's key. That's king, is turnover rate. So we don't deal in a lot of specialty items, antiques, collectibles, shit like that, because we can't guarantee that we'll make our money fast enough on those items. The exceptions, of course, being guns and gold. Yep, there it was. That's it right there. That's the place I worked, First National Pawn in Billings, Montana. It was like the biggest pawn shop in a like 5-state area. It was huge. We got a huge warehouse and stuff. But yeah, this is like, there's bows, compound bows, guitars, musical equipment, amps, power tools. This is the jewelry island, and here's the DVDs that we do not take anymore. We stopped taking those. We stopped taking DVDs and Blu-rays. We take hard copies of games though. Still take that. Oh, actually, I'll show you where I worked. I worked in this shop, and I worked. You see this wall here, right back behind there with it has. You can see my office because where I worked, it had the white cork board above it, but back there, that was my office. That's where we would do our online internet sales. And every so often I'd come out here and I'd shop like a regular shopper. I'd come out and I'd look for stuff to sell on eBay and Gunbroker and Amazon and stuff like that. And usually it was the high ticket, high dollar items that were specialty. Like, there are certain specialty tools that only, certain people know how to use or will make use of. But if you sell them on eBay, you have a way better chance of selling that shit. There are certain things we would look for. Snap-on, anything Snap-on, we would take. Gibson, any musical instrument with Gibson on it. Fender as well. We could sell anything Fender. Any Apple product. I mean, there's the obvious ones like Rolex. Like, obviously, we buy and sell Rolex, but not very often. But every once in a while, we get a Rolex in. Anything with a Harley Davidson brand name on it, we'll take it. Anything with a Honda motor in it, whether it's a generator, a snowblower, or a fucking four-wheeler, anything with a Honda mower, good shit. We could actually resell Cutco, buy and resell Cutco, like kitchen knives and stuff. Speakers. We would, Klipsch sold well. JL Audio sold well. Anything Bose. Any TV that was within 5 years, we would definitely buy and sell it. As long as it worked, buy and sell it all day. Like, if you could resell a guitar for 100, would you offer 50? Yes, $50. Yep, we'd offer what we could sell it double for. Wow, that was a dumb way to say that. Whatever we could sell it for, we offer you half. I know pawn shops that won't accept unopened items. Oh, I mean, it's a risk. It is a risk accepting like new in-box items, because there's a chance that it's stolen. If it is not 100% obvious to you that it is stolen, you take it. And the reason why you take it, there's two reasons why you take it. One, not your job to like call out like, stolen shit. That's the cop's job. And second, the pawn shop taking it, that is the best, the most reliable way of someone getting their item back. There's our guns, man. Yep. All the guns you could ever want. Look at that. Got a fucking, apparently when they took this picture, they had a fucking Mac 10 right in there. Guns and jewelry have never lose their value. They only go up in value. Well, not jewelry, gold, excuse me, guns and gold. That's why every pawn shop, like all these places like Cash for Gold, all that kind of stuff, it's because it is like, there's a reason why it's called the gold standard, because gold has a value that is set and everybody knows it worldwide. I'll tell you this, You see the jewelry and all that stuff. We consistently, if jewelry was sitting in that display case for too long, we would take it, and I think once every couple of months, we'd have a big, or like not a big, but like I don't know, 1 foot by 1 foot cube box stuffed full of scrap jewelry. And we get it, certified, however best we could get it, and we send it to the smelter, and we get our money out of it that way. So if jewelry sits too long, we melt it. It is heartbreaking sometimes when people, like older ladies, come in and they bring their jewelry in, and we have to tell them, like, this is costume, this is fake shit, dude. The first thing we do, and the easiest way to tell if jewelry is costume or not precious metal, get a powerful magnet. We had like a nice, powerful magnet, and you hover it over the jewelry. Anything that sticks to the magnet, iron in it. So not real jewelry. You ever have to report a crazy gun buyer to the FBI? DJ Bahamut, I'm glad you brought that up. We report every single solitary gun sale, any firearm sold in our pawn shop. We call the FBI every time. We were a federal firearms licensee. We had a federal firearms license. So we call the FBI. We give them the name. We give them the gun. Make, model, all that shit. And we call them in. Normally, 95% of the time, it would be, or maybe 90% of the time, it would be, go ahead, sell them the gun because they were not on the FBI, whatever. But 5% of the time, it was hold. 7 days, they would call us back and say, like, yes or no. And that was the other 5%. 5% of the time, denied. Something that would really suck is if someone came in, pawned their gun, they come back to get it out of pawn, denied by the FBI. There's nothing we can do. They just have to leave. Like, we gave them, a loan on their gun, but we cannot, by law, give it back to them. So right back there, like that whole back area is all pawns, meaning people sell us their stuff with the intention of getting it back, and sometimes people will pay on an item for years. We had dudes paying on the same item, like paying the interest to keep it in pawn, 10 years. Pawning your goods and valuables should be a last resort, because pawn shops, the percentage interest is fucking insane. Pawning your shit should be a last resort. Like, if you can, and that's the thing. A lot of people can't get loans, or they just want a small loan of like $100, $200 or $20 to put fucking gas in their shit. But I will say this, just sell it. Just sell it to the pawn shop. Don't go in there if you can help it with the intention of getting your shit back.